Blue lights in the rear view can make your heart drop in an instant. A stern knock on the door is a buzzkill to any party. Handcuffs don't feel good with bloody knuckles, and who likes paying stupid amounts of money to Bullitt County? No one. Well, all of these are very common amongst our small college town, usually with us and our peers nervous and uneducated, thus unable to defend ourselves. So I'm here to help you help you. As students of GSU, we know what it means to party. We're smart kids but make stupid decisions in fulfilling this reputation. I'm one of those smart but stupid kids. I moved here when I was 18, 2009. I'm now 21 and my record will show a DUI, public drunkenness and disorderly conduct, and so many traffic violations that I got kicked off my previous insurance. I have 2 friends with 2 DUIs each and an ex-boyfriend with obstruction charges. We didn't know our rights in these instances, so I want you to. Today you will be advised on protocol in the situations of search and seizure, DUI, and plain old speeding tickets. Let's begin with your rights against search and seizure. House parties and guilty pleasures while cruising with your buddies are common amongst college students. Police interference in these situations is common as well. The American Civil Liberties Union offers advice on how to exercise your rights during a traffic stop if you do happen to have some illegal contraband. First and foremost, make sure everything is out of sight. If they see anything, they can exercise what's called the plain view law, where if they see anything, you lose your right to not consent. Also know that they don't need a warrant to search your vehicle, but if you refuse, they usually won't, and it doesn't give them the right to detain you or search your vehicle. Next, keep your hands visible until the officer comes to your window and asks to see your information. If a smell is present, you can roll your window down partially, but if he asks you to roll your window down all the way, you probably should. If asked to step out of the vehicle, you can close your doors and make sure all windows are up. This will prevent him from forcing himself into the vehicle. Most law enforcement officers know that you're not clear on your rights and will try to intimidate you to comply with what they want. Here are some useful things you can say. What's the problem, officer? If he asks you if you know why you got pulled over or anything like that, you don't have to answer. Don't tell on yourself. Are you detaining us or are we free to go? You can avoid his questions, or if things get more serious, you can say you have nothing to say without a lawyer. And the most important is I don't consent to searches. This will not allow him to come into your vehicle, and he probably won't call for backup or the drug dogs. But always be polite in speaking with the officer. The ACLU also offers advice on protecting yourself and your home. Your home has the maximum protection in the law against search and seizure. A warrant is needed. When having a house party, be mindful of all entrances, and you should usually be the one to go to the door. Because if one of your guests allows the officer in, he's in. When officers arrive, go outside to speak with them and shutting the door just like you did with your car, because they can't force themselves into your home. If they ask to come inside, you can tell them no, not without a warrant. You do not have to answer the questions if you've been drinking or illegal drugs or if anyone's under the age of 21, but don't ever lie. Okay, no, I skipped one, sorry. Okay. Now that we've discussed your property rights, let's go over the devastatingly common topic of being under the influence. Driving under the influence is becoming seemingly unavoidable at GSU. It is almost easy for officers to catch you because all they need is a smell, a look, or just your demeanor to tell if you've been drinking. CenturyCouncil.org states that there were 26,982 DUI convictions in 2009, which cued in Rolling Thunder. Georgia has an implied consent law stating that if you have your driver's license, basically, that you are potentially hazardous to other drivers, which means you've already consented to the tests, like the breathalyzer and all that. Georgia also has the zero tolerance law, which means it's not .02 for minors, it is nothing in your bloodstream. Also be aware that if you do have anything in your bloodstream, whether you're driving or not, you can get minor in possession. It also says that .08 is the limit, which is also not true. My DUI attorney states that .05, your skills to operate a motor vehicle start declining and it's legal to arrest you. After the field sobriety test, they are supposed to arrest you before performing the BAC test, which is the breathalyzer or the urine test, etc. You don't have to be convicted to suffer the consequences. I didn't get charged with DUI, mine got reduced, but I still paid $2,000 in court fees, was on probation for a year, my license was suspended, I completed 40 hours of community service and 3 months of a risk reduction class at $65 a week. And if you didn't know, Bullitt County hired a judge who hates underage drinking due to family problems, so just don't do it. Our final topic is traffic laws, so I'm just going to briefly go over this, just some helpful hints that you might not have known. There's sort of a chain of command in Georgia. Georgia state troopers can do whatever they please because they don't get directly paid for the tickets that they write. County police officers have some restrictions. They may not clock you on an incline, so if you're going up or down a hill, your ticket's void. They have to be at least 500 yards from a speed limit change to ticket you. But unfortunately, the GSU campus police are also free to have their own policy. Today, we've discussed your rights as young adults in our country and our state. There are things you should do to prevent being searched. Never invite them into your property, never tell on yourself, and don't lie. We may be apathetic generation in terms of politics, but police, lawyers, and judges all know our rights and how to use them against us. So don't be apathetic towards the sole thing that holds your freedom. Know your rights.